Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm under construction right now, but I'm getting ready to take out my twist out. Got my hair retwisted about 2 weeks ago, and I've been wearing the twist ever since. Shout out to my stylist. So I'm going to be taking these down, and you guys will see the results later. But I did want to briefly just come on camera and chat for a second. Yeah, so it's been 1 year for me. I hit my 1 year Locaversary, so I'm super duper excited and happy that I made it this far with my locks. As you can see, I always struggle getting these rubber bands off. Just looking for one that might be not so hard to get off without me tearing out a few hairs, which I tend to do. But anyhow, I made it to 1 year with locks, and I feel like I don't, want to be so repetitive, I guess, with the messaging and the things that I'm saying to you guys. But I mean, just to speak to what it means to me to hit 1 year with my locks is just amazing. It's like I've listened to so many YouTubers with locks talk, and like Keisha Charmaine and Danielle Locks and other folks at Essence of Shea, certain people like that. And what I noticed is that a lot of them used to give tips on your locks and when you first start, the motivational videos and stuff. I know Keisha Charmaine has a couple, two or three on that type of stuff, just motivation and what you should expect and stuff like that when you first get started. So I noticed that what I heard them say a lot of times has actually come to be true, as far as when they talk about, the time and patience that it takes to cultivate locks. Like, if you actually just allow yourself to focus on living, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis versus obsessing over your hair, it'll actually just, grow. The time will pass by, and that's just the best way. That's the best way I have been able to enjoy having my locks, is that I went from at first just watching so many YouTube videos every day, every night, so obsessed with locks, and not that I'm not still obsessed, and not that I no longer watch the videos, because I do. I'm very observant and in tune with all the people that I follow and their journeys and where they are, most of them being way, deep into their journey. But at the same time, it's just kind of like I just have been able to stop obsessing as much and just allow myself to live. Like they said, as cliche and corny as it may sound, it's exactly what they were saying. I'm just saying it and pointing it out because I found it to be true. Like, when you actually just allow yourself to live, your locks will grow. They're gonna grow. So if you're in the beginning stages, a year looks very far to you right now. It seems like it's gonna take forever, but just know it really won't. Like, if anything, time is moving so fast as it is in life. And, like I said, just stop worrying about it. Like, it's so low maintenance to have locks, and just like, especially like something like this. I've been wearing these twists for 2 weeks as just a style, in different ways, putting it half up, half down, wearing it all down, which also speaks to the comfortability that I have developed and the confidence I've developed with wearing my locks and dealing with the length or the lack thereof. But yeah, it's so it's low maintenance, like super duper low maintenance in that regard. So if you just get your hair done, or however you choose to maintain, if you don't keep manicured locks and you do freeform or something else like that, just let your hair just go, let it breathe. If you want to style it, style it. It's a good way for you to not be tempted to touch it and just leave it alone. So that's what I've come to realize, is that once you just let the journey be what it is, and you really just give life to what you're doing on a daily basis, how you're taking care of yourself, how you're treating your body, what you're putting into your body, stuff like that. Don't worry about the hair. The hair will do what it's meant to do. Your hair will lock. Even if you have fine hair like mine, where the roots are really slippery and things of that nature, the hair will lock and it will transform. Like, at the end of this video, or at the end of me talking, I guess, I will be dropping bunches of pictures and videos from my first year of having my locks, and you'll see just how crazy the transformation was for me. Like, it is night and day almost how my locks look when I first got them back combed, because that was the method I went through due to already having hair, processed hair that I didn't necessarily want to cut. So yeah, if you've been following, you know that my hair was back combed to form my locks, and if you haven't been following, then yeah, I started that way. My mom did the twist for me with my hair in that current state that it was in, the relaxed state at the time. And you know, from a year, it's been a year since the back combing. It's been more than a year since she put the twist in. It's been almost 2 years actually since I made the decision to get the locks, and she put the twist in for me, and I started going to the salon and getting my hair actually interlocked at the root. And then my stylist talked to me about, the stylist at the time talked to me about the possibility of kind of forming like instant locks. So normally people that are of different, you know, culture, like non-African American or, you know, some type of black, they can cultivate locks that way as well, because, you know, other races tend to have very slippery or fine textured hair. So that's the way, if you've ever seen somebody of non-African American or just a non-black person, you've ever seen them with locks, I'm sure that's probably how they were able to form the locks. So since she back combed my locks, it's been 1 whole year. So I kind of just count my lock journey from the time they were back combed, because that's when they were actually like locks. I could say I'm 2 years in as far as, you know, the whole process. I'm almost 2 years in, but it wouldn't really make sense to me to do that because I wasn't really experiencing the same thing as a lock journey at the time. I was just getting the new growth interlocked into the root. The hair was much longer at the time. It was still in the very thin, fine stage, and it just was totally, I guess, a part of the overall journey, but it's just not a part to me of my lock journey. Once they were back combed and put into locks, that's what I count as the 1 year. So you'll be able to see, I always include the picture of the twist, the 2-strand twist that I originally had as you know, motivation, or just whatever you want to call it, just so you can see where I've come from completely, 100%. And yeah, you'll be able to see for yourself. So anybody watching that has a similar hair texture, very loose, very fine, or maybe you have relaxed hair and you're thinking about getting locks, just know that it is possible. You do have to be very careful and delicate with however you choose to start that process, how your hair is maintained, how you're taking care of it, because having relaxed hair, that hair has been through a lot of stress, I'm sure, you know, from the relaxer. Depending on how often you had your hair relaxed, it could be a factor. And also, is the hair healthy? You know, that's the biggest thing. So if the hair is healthy, then you should be able to cultivate locks with that hair. So anyways, yeah, basically I went kind of on a tangent, but that's what I tend to do. But everything that I said was useful. Everything has something to do with it being my 1 year of having locks, and I'm actually almost, I mean, I'm over 1 year now, but I'm almost to the next month. So it's just showing you how time flies, and I'm just getting a chance to make this video. So, you know, I just hope that anybody following my journey that you guys have liked what you've seen as far as my content. I'm not like a full-time YouTuber or anything like that. It's really just about the journey. So I probably don't post as much as, you know, or I know I don't post as often or as much as some other folks, but eventually, you know, depending on when I want to talk about something, stuff like that, I probably will pick it up more. But I just like to show you guys as far as my journey, just the updates, the things that are changing. Every now and then I'll take on a topic, like my last video talking about discrimination in the workplace. So you should probably check that out if you haven't. But if not, you know, just chit chat with me, talk to me, leave me some comments. Let's discuss where you are in your journey. If you have locks, if you don't and you're thinking about getting them and you have any questions, you can chat with me. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. You can DM me, tweet me, anything you want to do. We can chat and just talk locks and hair I'm by no means necessary an expert on locks or anything, not even close. I'm still learning so much myself, but I will tell you that YouTube has been a big a big space for learning as far as doing research for yourself on locks. All the YouTubers that I watch, they have great content and really helpful content. A lot of them are DIYers, meaning they do their hair themselves, which I'm not one of those. Clayton Logan is another guy that I like a lot. So yeah, a lot of them have great content. So check out their stuff. Continue to follow my journey as well, and yeah, I'll put the videos and the pictures so you guys can see what 1 year having locks has looked like for me. And it's just been amazing, and I'm just looking forward to much more growth and just more healthiness, more thickness, and just more love on my locks, my crown, and just myself. And I'll just continue to be patient and continue to grow, and I hope you guys will keep watching. I hope that if you have been watching, you'll subscribe, and if you're just checking this video for the first time, that you'll go ahead and stick around for a while. So without further ado, if you want to see what the journey has looked like for a year, then stay tuned. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.